guys, this is Backdraft and welcome to another Minecraft 1.16 snapshot update video. This is snapshot 20W19A, which was just released earlier today. It's brand new and there are a bunch of changes, including a new Strider distance statistic, a change that will make more gravel and blackstone generate in the nether, and a few more. For a full list, you can check it out on the Minecraft website. If you are brand new to Minecraft 1.16, I'll link a video in the description to another video that explains the majority of changes coming with the new version. So let's get into it. The first change is that blackstone and gravel patches will now spawn randomly in all of the nether biomes. So right now we are in a crimson forest, and as you can see here, there is some blackstone that spawned right at the end of this lava lake. And if we come over here, you can check it out that there's some gravel now spawned underneath this little walkway here in the Crimson Forest. Honestly, I think this is a pretty good update because I think blackstone is going to be sought after quite a bit for the texture to make stairs, etc. with them. And of course, you can use them to make stone tools. So if you're wandering around the nether and you're trying to make some stone tools, it'll be useful to find some blackstone and make those kinds of tools. And it'll be a lot easier now that they spawn in patches across all of the different biomes. Next up, we have the distance by Strider statistic, which is going to track how far you've traveled while riding on the back of a Strider. So if you saddle a Strider and ride them and put the warped fungus on a stick in front of you, you can ride them across the lava. So as you can see, I'm moving a little bit with the Strider. And if I come back off and look at the statistics, you can now see that my distance by Strider has gone up 26 meters. A pretty cool trackable statistic. Weeping vines, which are added with the new Crimson Forest biome, and twisting vines that are added with the new Warped Forest biome, will now spawn a little less when you bone meal them. So it kind of seems like they'll grow anywhere from maybe 1 to 6 blocks. Could be more, but that's what I've seen from a bit of testing. It does seem like they will grow just 1 or 2 more commonly now. That's just 1. There's another 1. That's 2. They can grow up to 6, but as you can see, it seems like they're not really going to grow more than just a couple blocks more commonly. So that's the weeping vines, and then the twisting vines. That one actually grew quite a bit. That was 4. That's just 2 again. As you can see, it's less common. That one was 6. It's less common though for them to grow higher than it seems like maybe 1 to 2. This will balance out the production of these and make it a bit more challenging to mass produce them. Nether sprouts, which will spawn in the new Warped Forest biome, now require a pair of shears to harvest. So if I hit it with the shears, you can see I'll be able to pick them up. If I just punch them though, they're going to disappear. Kind of a different change, but it's just going to make it so that nether sprouts are a little more challenging to obtain. Bastion remnants were a new structure added in 1.16, and with this snapshot, they were made less common, which I think makes sense since they contain pretty good loot, things like diamond tools and armor, ancient debris, and the new crying obsidian, which can only be looted from bastions or the new ruined portals. They also have magma spawners, which will allow for simple magma farms to be created, so having them less common will also make it a bit harder to do that and a little harder to find crying obsidian. So with this latest snapshot, villagers can now spawn iron golems regardless of their profession, sleeping patterns, or latest working time. So this will make it so that a villager doesn't have to work to spawn in an iron golem when they are in trouble or in an iron farm. That also means that nitwits will be able to spawn iron golems as well. This change is actually pretty big for iron farms because nitwits will now be able to be used inside of iron farms, and you won't have to worry about assigning those professions to the villagers for them to start spawning iron golems. It's kind of hard to tell if any of the other villager AI has been changed. My recommendation is when you boot up 1.16 in a legacy world, make sure that you check on your iron farms, villager breeders, and villager trading posts just to be safe. Another change is fish now have their own mob category and mob cap. There was a bug in the previous snapshot that fish were spawning in mass numbers, and things like squids, turtles, and dolphins were the only things contributing to the water mob cap. But now the squids and turtles and dolphins contribute to their own mob cap, and fish have their own. With the introduction of the redstone cross in the previous snapshot, it now no longer makes sense for the redstone particle effects to come out of just the center of the block. So in this snapshot, that was updated so the particle effects can come out of any part of the redstone now. There was a bug in the previous snapshot where hostile mobs could spawn on top of wither roses, which was kind of OP considering wither roses will deal damage to them. So in this snapshot, it has been changed, so hostile mobs will no longer naturally spawn on top of them. Another thing that was considered a bug was the new Crimson Door and Warped Door did not have any hinges on them, while all the other doors did. So in this snapshot, the hinges were added to both of the doors. Another change comes with the Elytra with the levitation effect. As you can see, I now have that effect applied to me, and if I press the spacebar, that effect will not be broken by the Elytra glide. In the previous snapshot, that was considered a bug. If you had levitation applied to you and an Elytra on, you could press the spacebar to break out of the levitation. Now, if I don't have levitation, I can glide. And the last big noteworthy change has to do with compasses and clocks in survival. So if I access this crafting bench and look at my recipe book, I can search the compass. In the previous snapshot, the compass recipe would actually point in the direction back to your spawn point, which was considered a bug because you don't actually need to make a compass in that case. It'll just automatically point you to the spawn point just by looking at the recipe. The same thing with the clock. If you looked at the recipe in the previous snapshot, it would actually tell you what time of day it was without actually having to craft it. This has now been fixed. So that covers the major changes with the 20W19A snapshot. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please do not hesitate to hit that thumbs up and stay tuned for more videos by hitting that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. I'll see you guys again. Bye-bye.